Hi, I'm Corey. Welcome to class. The exercise today is taking note of the things that you want to remember to do and not do for next time. It's easy to get into a rut of bad habits, and writing them down to acknowledge them is how we break those bad habits. So here we go. Let's start off on a positive note and list some good things to remember. Firstly, that getting all of your base coding out of the way immediately is a great way to get a feel for your color scheme. I've wasted a ton of time being precise with early airbrush steps when it makes no difference later on. Efficient painting can be a lot more important than precision, especially early on in the process. It's important to note that these are lessons I'm taking for myself. Any skill should be refined and examined honestly, but yours will be much different than mine. So I do this often. I try to pick up edges with my airbrush while I have it out. It's a lazy habit. There, it's much better. I used to just paint through missed printing supports, not wanting to deal with them in the moment, thinking I'll fix them later. I need to remember to be more proactive. I often feel like I'm not really painting if I use the airbrush and don't brush glaze. It's a tool, and if it's the correct tool, I should use it. I read the manual and it said to warm up dirty down products before use. I need to make sure I don't get lazy with that, because that's the kind of thing I'll get lazy with. Holy cow. As soon as this stuff gets gummy, it immediately starts to lift up paint. I need to remember when it's time to pull up. Oh, good lord. Hey look, I'm already remembering my supports note. I originally wanted to paint the armor bronze, but I asked the designer and it turns out the character doesn't use metal. This is after I already painted everything brown for a copper base coat, so now I have to figure out what to do with all this brown if I don't want to scrub it and start over. I was on a roll with speed basing, and there's a time to move from broad strokes to precise ones, and I missed it. I spent a lot of time cleaning up green overspray, so I gotta remember to pay more attention to when to get more precise. I just need to use this Scale 75 wood ink more. It's amazing, and shockingly good for how little effort it takes. Oh man, I do this all the time. I think coating everything with some contrast paint will just zhuzh it up, and it doesn't. It just dulls the whole thing down. This is probably my most frustrating mistake with this model.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out!
The trident broke off and it fell. I fixed it. I don't think this is a good thing to do. It just felt good. Feeling good is good. Okay, this isn't really a note for me because I use it every time, but if you're using an airbrush, make sure you're protecting your lungs. I get annoyed that sometimes a lot of videos on YouTube don't show PPE, and you know, you only got one life. Don't shorten it with chemicals painting dolls. I don't know why I didn't warm up this stuff or the model. I just wasn't thinking. I literally just said to warm this stuff up to make it come out good, didn't I? But mistakes happen. took vinegar and turned it into pickles by using the accidental dulling contrast from before into an intentional unifying glaze this time. That's pretty useful. This is a big one for me. I sometimes know deep in my socks that oil will be better than acrylic, but I don't want to drag them out. It saves me no time with the extra time I spend with a less appropriate method. Something I need to do more is use images from nature for inspiration. I get an idea on how to fix the brown armor up by looking at a kind of dusty looking mollusk. Well, I guess that's the bell and class is over. Thanks for sticking around for the lesson. I hope you kind of apply this to your own trade and maybe figure out some things that you're constantly doing wrong over and over again that you can correct, or maybe take note of some of the excellent things that you're doing right, because I bet you there's a ton of those too. Take care.